All right, so I want to go over some stuff in preparation for next week, which will be week 4 of the JD situation. 2 more to go after that, I believe. It could be wrapped up in 5. I'm not sure. I do know they have 6 total weeks set aside for this case, though. So who knows? Maybe it'll go. Maybe it'll go for all 6. But from what I've been reading, and I did a video on this Friday, JD's side is set to wrap up. There will, of course, be, I would think, closing arguments on the last days. But as far as their witnesses and everything, I think Adam Waldman will be the last one to testify. And then it flips over to AH, and she gets to bring in what witnesses she has left. And that'll be the end of it. And then we'll go to closing arguments. Now, she is going to take the stand on Monday or Tuesday. A lot of the reports are saying Monday, and that could be the case. I'm surprised that she's going first. And they're not going to bring in some other witnesses. But I think it's probably best for her to get on the stand first because of all the stuff going on. I mean, social media is one for Johnny Depp. Completely one. They have to admit it, which is funny. You have BuzzFeed News here. All rise, the TikTok courtroom of AH and JD is now in session. But then, look at this. People seem to be forgetting that these are 2 real people in the midst of this who are having to relive the worst parts of their relationship. How they put 2 people there? This is a cover for Heard. Like, oh, she's, of course, having to go through some terrible times. This is awful for her. Woe is me. Despite this all being her own fault. But remember I said that you were going to see this. You were going to see a lot of support flip over and leave JD because a lot of these websites have been giving some soft JD support. But I said as we get closer and when she does take the stand, it's all going to flip. In fact, they're going to turn the JD hate up to 11. I want to show you some of those topics going on right now. We've got this one right here. I'm not ready to cast her as the villain, and neither should you, from the Daily Mail. This is funny. There's so much out there. I mean, you can't deny all the stuff that's come out over the past 3 weeks. A lot of this has been out for years, by the way, since at least the UK trial. A lot of the stuff is being rehashed, which is fine. I like it getting out there again, especially as there's more attention on this than ever, because that just means justice is going to prevail here. And I do want to see some justice more than anything with this trial. I want to see him win. But tabloids and newspapers and websites are going to do their best to try to smear him and try to sway people over that aren't really paying attention. It's not going to work very well. But you have this one right here saying, don't cast her as the villain. You've got this guy trying to say that Depp isn't a victim of cancel culture. Oh, he was. 100%. He's been uncanceled, but that's because of the social media support that he's getting, which is amazing. I think this is the first time someone has been uncanceled. It's wild. But it's happened for him, for sure. But you've got stuff like this, saying he's trying to ruin his ex, who tried to ruin him, by the way. Here's a picture of the writer of the article, by the way. Wonder which way he's going to swing. But here's some more stuff admitting the truth. Amber Heard has yet to take the stand, but on social media, Johnny Depp has already won. And this is kind of the highlight to all of this. He has already won. The court of public opinion is worse than anything else that could happen here. And he's got that back. It'll be interesting to see them try to flip that over the next 3 weeks, but I don't think that that's going to work. There's too much evidence out there. There's too much evidence. The blackmail letters, the pictures, the testimony calling her out. That all lines up with timelines. Like all the testimony lines up. If you look at it on a timeline, it all lines up showing like that she's not being very honest at all when it comes to this case. Stuff like this, for example. spent $120,000 on expensive wine when she was with JD. Now JD hardly spends anything on wine. Who is the real alkie? And I think that's a really fair point. The defense wants to put this big alky kind of persona on JD, but the more you witness, the more you listen to witnesses, the more you see statements like this. Who is the real drunk in that relationship? And I think that all fingers point to AH, not JD. By the way, I called this, and it's already beginning. Why Fox News is obsessed with JD. It's manliness under siege mascot. So here's the thing. I think they changed this title. Okay, yeah, he's a savior from the feminist vagenda. All right, here's the thing. And this is why I've been looking forward to them turning the hate up to 11. I want to tell you why. The majority of supporters for JD are women. And they're going to have a hard time getting around that. So there was an article, and I'm not going to pull it up. I had it in another video where they were talking about the manosphere and men's rights and all of this stuff. And I'm laughing because, like, do you realize that 70 to probably 90, actually, 70%, I think, of the Justice for Johnny movement is probably female. A lot of women standing behind JD. It's also a bipartisan issue. Both sides of the aisle are on Depp's side here. Because for one, AH makes them look bad. They don't want her as the face of their movements. She makes real victims look bad. And it makes it hard for people to believe real victims because she's made them all look bad. That's why they don't like her. So it's going to be really hard to spin this. It's not about manliness and feminist agendas and all this stuff that they're going to want to push. How are they going to get around all these women that support him? It's going to be really interesting to see them try to spin this. It really is. And one of the things I think they're going to do is ignore the female fan base. They want to tie this to the right. And they're already doing it right here. They got Trump messaged, like named right here, which you can't do because he's a liberal. You can't put that label on him. Another hard thing that they're going to have to deal with. They're going to try. So what they're going to do is they're going to attack the male fans that are supporting him. And they're going to try to completely ignore the women. They're just going to act like you don't exist, I think. And if they do acknowledge the female supporters of JD, they're going to call them victims of internalized misogyny. Why? Oh, watch. Wait and see. But, Monday, she takes the stand, and I'm really looking forward to that. Really looking forward to that. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, make sure to follow me over on Twitch. I do watch parties, play video games over there. They're always fun. Follow me over there and come hang out. Also, make sure you subscribe to YellowFlash, my other channel. There's a link to that in the description as well. I do a lot of live streams over there that I don't do on this channel. Usually smaller and a little bit more personal. So make sure you follow me over there and sign up.